Okay then folks, so today we are here with our friend Dane. We met about 10 minutes ago now. We've just been sharing a coffee together, and he's just been explaining to me his situation and why he's on the streets. And again, we've been met with a situation where it would be very easy to judge. But yeah, do you want to just tell your story, mate? The show is yours. From point A to B, let's go back to family life. How was it like growing up in Newcastle?
It was great. Say I loved all me childhood, you know what I mean? Say I was in a bad relationship, you know what I mean? I went through a divorce. That's how I was on the streets, you know what I mean? Then I had a accommodation, you know what I mean?
So it was a divorce that actually started you on the road to becoming homeless.
So anyway, they put us in shelter accommodation. It was full of drugs, you know what I mean? Till one time a car pulled up, says, "What's your name?" I says, "Dean." They says, "Oh, they want to buy some speed." So I bought some speed, you know what I mean?
Amphetamine, drugs.
Then they says, "Do you know anybody else who takes drugs?" You know what I mean? I says, no. Then from there, we basically I ended up on the streets because I got tired of the Salvation Army. I was there for a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? So I got tired of there. They says, "You're not welcome," you know what I mean? So the police came, says, "Oh, there's Dean there. He's gone through the divorce," you know what I mean? So they says, basically, "Dean, you're gonna have to leave." I says, "I paid me rent," you know what I mean? So the officer says, "Listen, you're gonna have to leave." And what they done, handcuffed us, took us to Baker police station.
Right.
They tried to charge us for something. My solicitor came and says she hasn't done no wrong. The police officer says, "Well, you arrested him at 1:25 in the afternoon." Says, "Go back to the Salvation Army and tell them why." You know what I mean? Then the police officer came back to the Salvation Army, explained why. Says, "Oh, the solicitor's been in touch. He's gone through a divorce." Says, "Excuse me," I said to the police officer, says, "How would you like it taking speed when you're just getting a divorce?" You know what I mean?
Then, so the events that led to you becoming homeless started with getting the divorce, which led to you then becoming a user of amphetamine, and then gradually spiraled out of control. How did you end up getting a divorce? What was the reason for that?
For I caught in bed with a bloke, you know what I mean?
Seriously?
And one of my brothers says, "Dean, let's go on. Just collect your clothes like the mother," you know what I mean? So the time I got to our house, you know what I mean? It was police officer waiting. I says to me brother and me cousin, "I'm only here for me clothes. Can I have me clothes?" You know what I mean? The police officer says to us, "Can you stand away 5 yards away from our door?" I says, "There's no injunction." You know what I mean? So I'm a solicitor, says, "Can you put an injunction on Dean?" You know what I mean?
So you couldn't come back to the house?
No, sure.
So effectively from that point you didn't have a place to stay, even though it wasn't your fault.
See, what they try to do is remand us, you know what I mean, for the drugs and divorce, you know what I mean? So what I done, the police officer was nasty bit, you know what I mean? Says, "Can you stand away from this year, from me to that big building, that statue there?" Says, "Right, I stand over there." Another police car pulled up. Says, "Right, we're gonna have to arrest you." My solicitor phoned the police officer. Says, "Is he near the door?" She says, "No, he's 5 yards away from the door." She says, "Right, take him to the police station. See if you charge him. We come to Baker police station." Says, "You can't charge him." You know what I mean? Yeah.
Was that your first involvement with the police then in your life?
Aye. I was only about 31.
31.
Aye.
Never been in trouble with the police before then?
Aye.
Aye.
A couple of years ago I was in jail
What for? What was that for then?
For like, through like me ex, like partner, not like me ex-wife.
The ex-partner.
Cause she takes drugs, you know what I mean? And she told the police that she was getting bullied and all that. So I had like another accommodation, you know what I mean? Cause I was well out of the way. Now the fellas in Chesley Street,
Yeah.
I was there. You know what I mean? So the officers came, says, oh, she's been assaulted. Says, hang on, yeah. How could she been assaulted? Who by?
So there was domestic violence involved.
Right? But I said to the police officer and the staff, I says, listen, how could I come from the fells to in Newcastle, from Newcastle back? She says, it's impossible. So what you try to do is blame me, right? Because I had proof.
And you ended up getting prison time for
Aye,
that.
aye.
How long did you serve inside?
I'd done 6 months.
What was it like being in prison?
It was quiet because I had like my family there, you know what I mean?
People who were in prison from your family, yeah?
Aye. I was like working in the gym, eating properly, you know what I mean? Even...
There's a lot of drugs in prison.
No, you cannot smoke in prison, no. No.
I've spoken to a few people that said that the usage in prison sometimes more than what it is outside, you know?
See, it's like that spice, you know what I mean?
Spice.
Aye. But in prison, now you're going to use vapor pens, not like the thin ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, when I was in prison, I used one. The first time ever I used one of them vapor pens, I got stoned.
Did you?
Aye.
So they're putting cannabis in that or something in there?
Just like, not like a young kid when he's been in jail for a long time. And when you go in, you're thinking, oh, you want to smoke, proper smoke, you know what I mean? But when you're like vapor pen, right? Because you can't get like the tobacco one.
All right, yeah.
And you get stoned, you know what I mean?
So you were telling us about a few moments ago before the camera was on. You're on the streets and you've been on the streets for 10 years now.
Yeah.
How's that been for you?
Being like, say I walk around in like a round chair, like on a night time, you know what I mean? And it's been like on and off, tough, you know what I mean? Like I said to you.
What makes it tough for you?
Like if I'm down here, there's police like chasing us on, you know what I mean? So if I go along past like where's it, Greg's is?
Yes.
I get a direction leave.
So you get told to move the area.
But there's other people like Begzoon, like Tesco's, further along. So if I sit and the police van pulls up, they give us a direction leave. You
What
know
sort
what I mean?
of experiences have you gone through on the streets? You're telling us that you got something done to your jaw.
Aye.
What happened there?
I got smashed up a couple of months ago. Now where the Sears car park is, just there, was just like making some money, you know what I mean? A car pulls up a big black and the blokes dragged his all over, smashed me jaw, smashed me legs, smashed me fingers. It was a kid from, where was it, Middlesbrough, looks like it is, so the kid sent the blokes up, you know what I mean? And they completely smashed us up.
What happened to your jaw?
They smashed me jaw with a metal bar. You know what I mean? Look, I got a key.
Smashed it up?
Completely smashed it up. And, the blokes told the room, says, if you die, you die, you know what I mean?
Really?
And good job a woman passed by, found the ambulance and the car just spun away, you know what I mean?
That's terrible.
But
why do you think that happened?
Like I said, there was like some kid from Middlesbrough, not like same of his. Tell them there's a kid exactly, you know what I mean? So the police came to the RVI and they says we kind of find the blokes who can you identify this kid. And there was spitting dabs of us. And the kid and the police officer says, you ever been to Middlesbrough? I says no.
So it's just the wrong person they got?
Aye. And the police gone, so what do you think gone on? I says, I don't know, you could be a coffee, you know what I mean? So the blokes, tell you were like big blokes, you know what I mean? That whole car, I'm gonna buy these, and the bloke told me says, because I tell them, like, police in, like, when they interviewed us at the hospital, says what happened, and says the bloke told us to die. You know what I mean? So it was a witness for me, you know what I mean? But time the police was like looking for them, they must have hit like the big motorway, you know what I mean? Like medical centre we had them land, you know what I mean? So it was like, don't get us wrong, don't get us wrong, it was like hard for us on the streets at first, you know what I mean?
So when you started, did you start using drugs and alcohol properly when you were on the streets, or was that a problem before?
In the summer I was drinking big bottles of vodka.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was just like basically, now when you go into something buy a big bottle of vodka, I was drinking it like lemonade, lemonade. I went through what, 2 bottles of vodka, 2 big bottles of like White Storm, you know what I mean? So I was like back in the room, I didn't have a clue now when you're on speed, back in the room with like one of the bar glasses, and it was mixed with like, we drink them speed, you know what I mean? And I was just like, basically chatting lasses up, you know what I mean? So like, I've got a stepdad, you know what I mean? And I kind of like steer his, you know what I mean? Because him knows what I went through, not like with drugs and all that.
So you didn't want to have you kind of...
No. And say if I can't say like my stepdad, he just like tells us to like basically fuck off, you know what I mean? So I just like...
So you've got nowhere to go in that respect?
No, I'm just waiting for, like I said, I'm just waiting for a flat next week. You know what I mean? So I've got to like this, because I went to bike at this morning, this is what we're going to do is like give you like, what's a couple of days to yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like support accommodation.
Yeah.
It's like my own flat, you know what I mean? So I get like support, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But when I'm on the streets, I still get like me benefits. You know what I mean?
What do you use that money on? Just food and clothes and stuff?
Clothes and food.
Are you using it at the moment?
No, cause Sheffield.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go in there, cause I used to be in rehab.
Right.
You know what I mean? For like drinking drugs, just to like get us out of the way, cause I was doing in rehab in Liverpool, not 12 steps.
How did rehab do for you? It's worked because you're not using now?
No. Then from there I went to, I don't know if you know the place, Felix Futures. I used to like, it was like a little rehab, you know what I mean? So if I get like, pardon?
Did it help?
I used to go and take NA meetings and all, you know what I mean? So I thought, hey, it's time to like stop the drugs, pick which one, coffee, drugs, or drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm like, don't get us wrong, if I'm passing like, where is it? Or now where Easy Street is, usually there's like a little shop there. Sometimes if I'm cutting through, like past Central Station, usually I get like a little bottle.
Of what?
Like Budweiser.
Oh, just a bottle of Budweiser.
It's just like, it's only like 0 note. You know what I mean? It's just like...
keep off it.
It's like VK Blue, you know what I mean?
How's the drugs and alcohol affected your brain, do you think?
How? Because don't get us wrong, I was like hitting the speed, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah?
It was like, don't get us wrong, it was like 5 grand's worth, you know what I mean?
How were you spent on it?
You know what I mean? It was like a non-egg, normal egg. It was like one of them, you know what I mean?
You used to use...
I was buying it, right? I was just buying it, right? And I used to hang around with like California like lads, you know what I mean? So I cut like half and half, you know what I mean? Until one time my last came and says, oh, can I have some of that? I says, listen, I'll pay 5 grand for it, you know what I mean? So I was just like, dishing it out, you know what I mean? So I had like a little bit for myself. And I was just like sitting and I says, listen, I'm away. You know what I mean? I says, yeah, I had your bit. I says, this is my bit. You know what I mean? Don't get us wrong, when I was on the speed, don't get us wrong, I was like basically talking to myself. You know what I mean?
So it affected your brain in that way?
Yeah.
Doing things that you wouldn't normally do and stuff?
I was just like talking to myself, having an argument with somebody by myself, you know what I mean?
So it's had a real effect on you. How's it? What does that feel like when you're on the streets? It must be more scary in that respect.
Oh, it is. You know what I mean? Say if I'm
that's effectively it's a form of psychosis potentially, right?
Say if I'm sleeping, just say I have like a couple hours kept and I hear a call, you know what I mean? I get up and go somewhere, you know what I mean?
Paranoid.
The other day, I was just like sitting there having a tab, you know what I mean? And this bloke came in with a big sports bag. I says, what's that? He says, for you. I says, what is it? Now them triangle tents? I says, I don't want one. You know what I mean? I says, out comes on top of me and I've got to leave it. You know what I mean? So sometimes I like sleep along there, that hotel where I showed you. You know what I mean? Usually I sleep like underneath like the table. But everybody says, Dean, you're doing well. You know what I mean? Sometimes...
In respect to when you were first on the streets till now?
Till now.
Are you doing better now, or were you doing better in the
not
past?
just that, since I'm on the streets, right? It's like, it's people where they look at us, you know what I mean? More like, say I'm like very vulnerable, you know what I mean? Because I'm by myself, right? I like to be by myself to make money, then just where I'm sitting along there with other people, like I said, if a police car pulls up, might give us a direction leave. But they pick on me, but they won't pick on the others.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the other day I made like a bit of money. It was only 6 o'clock in the morning, so I went into McDonald's for a cup of coffee before everybody like start tapping, you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, if you go underneath like the swing bridge, come around the roundabout, and there's a restaurant there. Usually the restaurant managers leaves us like bottles of wine, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's like set for me for like on a night time. But that's like my little bit, you know what I mean? So the staff knows.
They leave you alone.
Then now I'm like there, you know what I mean?
What's the worst thing you've seen or witnessed or
Me?
been put on the streets?
Two blokes jumping up a big high level bridge.
Two blokes jumping off it? What, at the same time or at different times?
At the same time.
What was that over then?
I don't know, because they both jumped off. Now where the left guns doing, they jumped off and hit the concrete.
That's horrendous.
And
you're seeing that when you're out on the streets. You said before I was recording that it was at one point in your life that you were contemplating doing that.
I jumped off the swing bridge just to like grab a lass, you know what I mean? Because she was pregnant and she was screaming, you know what I mean? But I saved the lass's like life because she was pregnant, she was screaming, there was 2 ambulances. Half of the blokes were taking photographs, right? So I moved them out of here. And the swing bridge, where you got like that cafe like club, like the cafe club along there, so I jumped in, you know what I mean? It was raining, right? Jumped in, fire engines were there, but they didn't have like the rescue boat, they had the police boat, the big black one, you know what I mean? So I jumped in, got like tell the guys to swing the crane around, you know what I mean? It's like a swing, bring it up, and I don't know how from like that point, the water was just coming up to me like chin, you know what I mean?
You nearly died doing that.
Aye. Then I got out, ambulance driver, what I mean? On the other side, because it was like, when you got up from the swing bridge, the proper priest was blessing us, you know what I mean? And the police officer says, what you doing, you know what I mean? She says, oh man, you blessing the lad. She says, listen, you nearly took his life, man. And it was like, that time it was proper heavy rain, you know what I mean? I jumped in with everything, even my mobile phone.
Wrecked it.
I wrecked it, you know what I mean? And that day they took us to like, where was it, the Freeman to check his street, you know what I mean? And that time I wasn't like taking any drugs because I knew what was gonna go on, you know what I mean? And I thought, it's gonna be worse, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I always ask this question, Dean, on every video. Where do you honestly see yourself in 5 years from now?
Me, find a job, back to work, give myself a flat, like it's on its way, sort myself food with like furniture and all that, pay me rent, pay like me telly license, you know what I mean, food, like when I get a flat, like my brother says what you want to do is share your money out, you know what I mean? Like on a weekend, if you're small, get yourself some tabs, or go into a second-hand shops and just get yourself some clothes, you know what I mean?
So you see yourself back in a home off the streets?
I used to drive, I used to have a driving license, you know what I mean? And like, I drove a car once, I was under illegal drugs, you know what I mean? Like, me speed, you know what I mean? So the police pulled us over, like, did a swab test, took us to the police station, says, right, you gotta be arrested for blah blah blah, you know what I mean? I says, listen, I'm with it, you know what I mean? She says, right, fair enough. Got us into court, she says, right, £50 fine, you're banned, we're taking the car off you, you know what I mean? She says, listen, I even says to me, listen, the judge, I'll just keep the car, you know what I mean? So, like, if I, like I said to, like, me, like, family, my brothers, I says, if I start driving and I'm underneath the drugs again, I could like end up killing somebody. You know what I mean?
That's not the best idea, is it?
But like me, I would like prefer to walk. You know what I mean? But them guys wrong. Like like at me brothers, I've got like silver crutches. You know what I mean?
To help you walk.
Yeah, I done when was it? Like I said, I was at the hospital, they gotta like show me Joe route, you know what I mean? So they gotta send us an appointment to the Freeman today, like physiotherapist, you know what I mean?
I hope it all goes well.
But no, I'm like single, you know what I mean? So, say it's like, if I meet a nice, like next class, I don't know what's in the corner for us, you know what I mean?
Well, like you say, behind every good man's a good woman, so... Yeah. Having a stable relationship can be a good thing, you know.
Even when Christmas just went, it was like a don't get none at service station, like for the homeless. And you walk through, I say to like the people, could I have like a cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What was on the other side, 2 CIDs. She said, can I have a cup of coffee? I said, how come our people's enjoying the Christmas? No, I can't even have a cup of coffee, no. I said to the CIDs, yeah, it's banging the water, that, you know what I mean?
Well, before obviously we were speaking, before the camera was going, that was one of my main intentions, to raise a better awareness of the human condition in the northeast of England area. I've seen this being done around the world in different countries, mainly America, but there doesn't seem to be many people trying to raise awareness in the northeast of England. So if I can bring your story to an audience, which I will do, hopefully it makes your situation
a couple of years ago, it was only, when was it, well before Christmas, I could have got a train ticket to Middlesbrough by a woman, you know what I mean? But I didn't know who the woman was. You just think if I went to Middlesbrough, it could have been the same blocks, didn't they? You know what I mean? And I said to my brother, I says, if I went to Middlesbrough, how am I supposed to fucking get back up? I would have been stuck, you know what I mean? So if I was doing Middlesbrough and them blokes seeing me, I wouldn't have had a clue, you know what I mean? Plus, if I didn't have like a bus ticket, a train ticket, they wouldn't let us on, you know what I mean? So I thought, listen, no thanks, I'll just stay in Newcastle, you know what I mean? And I hear going up to Northumberland Street, don't like it, you know what I mean? Too like many people are ruined. And that's why I just can't be bothered with people, you know what I mean?
Right then, Dean, so we're at nearly 25 minutes now, mate. I think we'll close it off there. I just want to say on camera, thank you very much for taking your time, mate. It's been lovely sharing a coffee with you, and thanks for sharing your experience, and I hope it really improves over the next couple of months and stuff for you. I'm hopeful that it will, and I'm sure you're hopeful from what you've told us as well that you're going to be getting it flat and stuff. So good luck, mate. All the best.
Nee, brother. Thanks for the coffee.
All right.
Hey.
No worries, man.
Hey.